Okay, so I'm just going to explain to you how you can use something called Voki to help you with the pronunciation of your speaking, particularly when you're practicing with your general conversation questions. So I've opened up this page just as a reminder to go into the online books to help you with your vocabulary. But I'm also going to just open up another tab here and go into a website called Voki. So this is voki.com, something you may have used earlier on. Now I've signed into this. It's free to sign in. You can pay for it, but you don't need to pay for it. So if you just sign in, just get a free account. And then what we then need to do is we need to create a Voki. Before I start doing that, I'm going to get a text. So obviously with a text that you need to use, it's going to be your general conversation preparation, which hopefully you'll have been putting together. So if I go in here just to download a text, just for our purpose. So if I go in here, let's pretend that we're going to use the mode de vie, which is the health module. I'm just going to download this quickly. And once that's opened from here, remember that we go into our contents. We open up the top bit of information there. We just drag it down and we go into control écrit, and that's going to give me one piece of writing over here, which is useful. But what I've shown you before in class is this thing here where it says about grades. Now, obviously, we're not going to get grades that are grades A and B and C and things like that. What we're going to get are 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s, 8s and 9s in terms of our grades, but it doesn't matter. All of it's the same. And the most important thing is that for each of these, if I go into the page resources here, I've got examples. So the written example here, number 1, correlates to this one here. Written example number 2 correlates to this one here, and writing example number 3 correlates to this one here. So let's go into the simplest. So we go into the written example number 1. And you'll see that this is just this is loaded up down here, and when I open this, you can see that the text is in front of me. So I'm going to use this for the purpose of my example. So if I just make it so this enables editing to make the text look a little bit better, and I'm just going to take just maybe the first short paragraph here. So je suis un jeune anglais typique et mon plus grand problème c'est le stress au collège. À mon avis, j'ai trop d'examens et d'épreuves scolaires et je ne dors pas bien quand je suis stressé. So we've got this thing here. This is talking to a school magazine about problems facing young people, which of course can be related to topics that you're preparing for the general conversation. So what I've done is I've just pressed Control C. So I've copied this text, just copy here. And then go back into my Voki, which I've already got here, which is going to be on this tab, and go in here, and then I just choose Creator here. So when I click into Creator, this will open up, and sometimes this opens up on a premium Voki character. You'll see here that the first character that comes up is the premium one, and we need to change that so that this character is not a premium character, because we don't need to pay for this for the purpose that we're using Voki for. So I just click this dice here like so, and it will load up a different character. Now, it's not important the character that comes up. So we've got this clown figure, but you'll notice that this bar up here is gone. So we're now not in the premium Voki. The only thing that we need at this stage is this button here. So give it a voice, text to speech. So I'm going to click that open, and you'll see that a box opens up. Now, if I just right click again and click paste, of course I could have also done Control V. I can then play this. Now, if I play it, so this is French that's in here at the moment. If I just play it like this, that's what it sounds like if we're trying to speak French with an English, or in this case, an American accent. So we have to change both of these variables. So I change the English one down there until I get to French here, and click on that. So just take that down a little bit so that we can see it better. And then we're then presented with a voice which will be Bernard, which is a French speaker's voice. So I can choose any of these people here. Probably best to choose one of the ones that doesn't have anything else next to their name. because that will give you accented characters. So let's choose Bernard, and then if we just click done, we can then play this over here. And if you listen to this, now this is pretty good. So my advice to you would be is to copy and paste it into Voki. Now, if that was too much for you, then just shorten it down. Just have half of that and just paste it into the Voki. Listen to it and then repeat it. Because the other thing that you can do is that you can click on here. Now, obviously, you'll need a microphone, but if you're using your laptop, most laptops these days have got microphones built into them. In fact, I'm using a built-in microphone just to do this screencast. So just use the built-in microphone and just click on this here and then record. And then the idea is, so once you've clicked to allow the microphone to be used, then you record it and then save it. And the idea is that you then listen to you and listen to the example that's been given by the software. And your whole point, your whole target is to sound as much like that character as you possibly can. And you've got my word for it that character sounds pretty French. So this is a pretty good way, I think, of practicing your French pronunciation with your general conversation so that you feel a little bit more confident. And just while I'm here, don't forget that if I use any of these things here, so if I've got my text, that, for this purpose, if you want to use Google Translate just for this purpose, then please do copy the whole thing, go back in, let's just open another one here, and just type in translate. And we discovered the other day, didn't we, that unless they've changed it again, translate.google.com, we've discovered that we can use this in school now. So I've still got this language in there. If I just paste it in, there goes my paste, and then I've got my English that just comes up here. And even if you highlight it over here, it tells you whereabouts that is. So please do use this for the purpose of model text, not for the purpose of you writing it, but for the purpose of using model text for language. I'm a typical young Englishman, and my biggest problem is stress in college. Well, actually, college is not college, it's school. We know this, Google Translate doesn't know it. But it's just little things like this that Google Translate gets wrong, but it's enough for you to understand what it's talking about. In my opinion, I have too many exams and school tests, and I do not sleep well when I'm stressed. That's okay. You can use language like this in your controlled in your conversation preparation. My best friend James has a problem because he's been smoking for 3 years. That's okay. Perfectly English. He tried to stop, but he is addicted. Perfectly English. Another boyfriend named Justin drank alcohol every day. You see here, un autre copain is just another friend. So it's translated boyfriend for friend, but what it really means is just a male friend. You can call a boyfriend un copain, but it also means friend. So these are the mistakes that Google Translate makes, but you'll see that you understand this text that I'm looking at over here. Don't worry about suggesting edits or any of that. This is enough for you to be able to use these model texts. So I hope those things help. So a couple of things. One is the use of Google Translate on the model text, and don't forget that the model text can be found here. And if I go back a couple of pages so if I go there, go back another couple of pages, so I go to my contrôle oral, this is talking about a healthy lifestyle, young people in Britain have a good or bad diet, how much alcohol they drink and why. And if I just drop this down to where I've got my my page resources, I've got transcripts here, which when I open them up, I can download them. I can then go and put those transcripts over into my Google Translate if I need to, and take ideas from those. Don't make this job any more difficult for yourself than you absolutely need to. And lastly, the purpose of this screencast is the use of Voki to help you with your pronunciation. So please do use those things as good advice in preparation for your general conversation as part of your speaking test. And please do come in for the Easter session that's being coordinated for you.